Hot girl summer is here and we need to talk. But I want to tell you that it's not a city girl summer. It's a hot but healed girl summer. So I've written out a list of hot girl summer rules, tips, advice that you are going to follow, that I am going to follow, that everyone in the universe, our universe, is going to follow this summer. Because it's time to have the best summer of our lives and we need to lay some ground rules before we begin. Now, I just came out of the shower. I did take my turban towel off of my head, which usually we have it. So we're gonna do the hair a little bit later. I figured I'd get ready with you guys as we talk about this. I just wanna quickly say thank you, treehut, for sponsoring today's video. I am feeling so clean and refreshed from their Ocean Glow collection that they sent me, but we're gonna talk about that later in the video. So before we get into my list, I had said it is not a city girl summer, it is a hot but healed girl summer. And this is what I mean by that. If you live in the city, then obviously you are going to basically have a city girl summer. I live in downtown Toronto, so I live in the city. But what I mean by city girl summer is we're not gonna have a summer where we have no boundaries, where we're not respecting ourselves, where we're not living our best lives. We're essentially not going to undo all of the healing work, all of the self-improvement that we have been working on. And sometimes that's what happens in summer. We fall off and or we go a little bit crazy. We fall off the rails a little bit when it comes to maybe our boundaries and what we're looking for and our goals and just et cetera, et cetera. And we're not doing that. We're having the best summer of our lives. So rule number one for hot girl summer, for a healed hot girl summer, you need to put the spotlight on you. Enough with the fixating on other people's opinions, what people are doing, what they are not doing, how they are not showing up for you, fixating on a guy who's pulling away, fixating on a guy who's not texting you back, fixating on all of the negative circumstances that are not ideal for you in this moment. It's time to put the spotlight back on you. It's time to start caring more about your own opinion, doing what makes you feel happy, doing what makes you feel comfortable in the moment, shining that spotlight back on yourself. By the way, I forgot to mention, I did ask you guys some of your hot girl rules for the summer, which go follow me on Instagram if you have not yet, because I asked you some questions regarding YouTube videos. So I did write some down as well, but of course, like I added my own insights in it too. We're obviously all on the same page. If you guys are following me on Instagram, like we're the same person. Just know we are the same person. Okay, the next thing, you need to drop the victim mentality. Guys, I don't wanna hear it. And somebody even said this in my DMs. Stop joking about your trauma. Stop using that as an excuse. Talking about all the things that are unhealed about you, all the excuses, all the reasons why your life is like this, or this is a reason why your relationships suck, or why men are trash, or why things are toxic, X, Y, and Z. Let's become the creators of our own realities. Let's take our power back. Let's do the work we need to do on ourselves instead of blaming, instead of being the victim, instead of feeling disempowered. This is not to say that things happen in your life, okay? People show up not the best, things happen that are out of your control, but what is in your control is your mindset and how you perceive things, the stories you tell yourself about how things will play out because of this situation. And I'm telling you, nothing good comes out of the victim mentality. So we're dropping that. Okay, number three, and someone else said this in my DM, which I thought was so good. And this is what I think about all the time. And she said, keep telling yourself that self-care is how you're going to take your power back. So, you know, based off of the two things that I've already said and in general, we focus a lot on the lack of things that we don't have in our lives, negative circumstances, when somebody's pulling away, when things aren't going right in your life. And realistically, when you are focused on all of these types of situations, being in this mindset, you really are in a state of disempowerment. And how you want to re-empower yourself is to start to put the focus back on yourself, yes, and take care of yourself. And self-care is definitely a way that you are going to feel more empowered, that you're going to feel confident about yourself. So let's say when somebody's not acting right in your life, when they're pulling away, when they're acting different, when they're not able to show up the way that you want, or when something didn't work out, an opportunity, a job, whatever it is, when you are solid within yourself in terms of taking care of yourself, you're happy with your life, you're working on your life, and you're feeling content where you're at, you're being in that abundance mindset. These external things around you are not going to break you, are not going to make you feel disempowered, because you're going to realize, I've been taking care of myself, I'm doing what I can, I love myself, I'm accepting myself, I'm working on myself, ain't nothing can shake me, ain't nobody can break me. So this summer, not only are you gonna work on the mental, which you've already talked about, and we always do, But you're gonna work on that physical health, okay? You're gonna work on your self-care practices, which of course incorporates helping your mental health, but also your physical health. So getting enough sleep, going outside and getting sun. Guys, especially if you live somewhere where it's not sunny all the time, don't be out here wasting days not getting that vitamin D, because y'all gonna regret that. Y'all gonna regret that in February, January, December, November, whenever the heck the sun wants to leave. Y'all really gonna be regretting that. My one friend Kelly DM'd me about when I asked you guys the questions about the hot girl summer, and she had mentioned taking advantage of waking up earlier. And I love waking up early in the summer because one, just more sun. It's usually much warmer. It's just nicer. It just feels like summer break when you wake up earlier. If you are trying to get into a routine of waking up earlier, honestly, just start now because it's so much easier in the summer, I swear. A few other things that you guys had mentioned when it comes to self-care and just taking care of yourself and your health is wearing sunscreen. Girls, honestly, for me, I just wear it on my face. I'm not even going to lie. I don't really, unless I'm out in the sun for a very long time, I will wear it, but I'm not perfect with it, but I will be taking your guys' advice and wearing sunscreen. You guys also said to stay hydrated, which honestly, I need to do way better at that as well. Someone also said wash your face and brush your teeth every day. Girl, if you sleep on your skincare routines this summer, I swear I'm coming for you. I am coming for you and I will know exactly who you are. Someone also said, eat what you like and not what you just should be eating. Now, of course, we wanna make sure that we are eating balanced, healthy meals. Naturally, we should probably be craving those healthier meals, but yeah, realistically, do what works for you. We are all so unique. Some of us have less time, some of us have dietary restrictions, whatever. So just do what works for you. Don't stress. Like, I used to stress all the time. I've talked about this a million times in my content. I used to stress so much about my diet and my health to the point where it's like, I will not be stressing about that this summer. Someone also said to prioritize a healthy body versus a hot body. And that, chef's kiss. I get it. We all want to look amazing. We all want to look hot. We all want to look glowing. But realistically, a healthy body is going to be the most important thing, and everything else will follow. Everything else will follow suit. When I stopped putting my focus on the aesthetic and I started putting my focus on the internal health of my body, everything else just reflected anyways. Now, one thing that I make sure to prioritize regardless of how my body is looking is making sure that I am glowing. Which leads me into a sponsor of the video. So if you want to have the ultimate glow up for summer, then treehut has the perfect 3-step body care routine. Like I just said, I came out of the shower and I used all 3 products, and I'm telling you, not only do I smell like a clean, fresh ocean, my skin honestly looks like it too. So the first step in the ultimate ocean glow up is immersing yourself in their body gel wash, which is like a sea foam like body wash, helping you release tension and rejuvenating your skin. And one key ingredient in this product is hyaluronic acid, which I love hyaluronic acid. It really hydrates your skin. And then their step 2 is their Ocean Glow Sugar Scrub, which is an exfoliant. You can use this with your hands, or you can even use it with a face cloth and really scrubbing your skin, getting away those dead skin cells. Honestly, this is what actually made my skin feel so freaking soft. And the key ingredient in this is microgreen algae, which they say is a natural healer from the ocean, and it helps moisturize your skin and improve skin tone and texture. And then girlies, step 3, gotta get out of the shower. This is the key, okay? This is the key for using any body butters or creams or oils or really anything. But it's to dry yourself off a little bit, but making sure your skin is a little bit damp, and then going in with their Ocean Glowed whipped butter. Girl, anything whipped, you got me. And of course, this just really hydrates your skin and replenishes it. The key ingredient in this is their glow-inducing rainbow algae, which helps brighten your skin and promotes luminosity. If you want to get the Ocean Glow collection and use it like I am this summer, anytime I'm going out to the patio, anytime I'm going out with my friends, anytime I'm going to freaking tan on my balcony. Also, I'm going to the cottage this summer and I'm going to be using it. So if you live in the US, you can find the Ocean Glow collection at Ulta. And if you live in Canada, you can find it on Amazon. All the links will be in the description for this collection. And thank you so much again, treehut, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, next thing, you need to start prioritizing your female friendships. Girlies, why is it that in the summer, it seems like all we're stressed about is boys? And when I mean we, I used to be like this. I really am not like this anymore, which it's fine if you are. We get it. We're all at different ages, but come on. Let's stop stressing about boys and start prioritizing our female friendships, because honestly, I will tell you this from personal experience. I will tell you this from being in a lot of relationships. The more I strengthen my relationships with women and I create a life that is grounded, that is full, that is not so attached to this one external form of love, being a man, let's say, my relationship with that man is completely transformative. It is so healthy, it's so balanced, it's so great, it's radiant, it's I have a lot of confidence within myself when I'm happy with my own life, and I am grounded within my friendships with women, and I'm supported by them, and I'm going to them for healthy advice, or I'm going to them just to navigate life, right? And I'm not just relying on my relationship to be the one that's gonna make me the happiest, and my man to like have all the answers for me and like whatever. And I really do think that there's awakening happening with women, and I think about this all the time every time I go to my women's circle, is like, I think a lot of us are realizing just how many sister wounds that there are, mother wounds, just wounds in general, women really struggling with comparison and not trusting each other, and just not having vulnerable, healthy relationships. But realistically, like, it is gonna start with you, right? Like, you need to take that initiative, you need to take that action. Really trying to strengthen the relationships that you have with even the people in your life right now that maybe you're not as happy with in terms of your friendships. Really taking that time to prioritize them and asking your friends what they need from you, and saying the same for yourself. Learning how to have boundaries, saying what you mean, getting yourself out of your comfort zone. It's gonna be so incredibly important that you do that, and on top of that, I promise you, you will not regret it. And one thing that you can do is look around in your town or your state or wherever you are, to see if there's any women circles being led. Now, I'm considering doing some sort of group coaching this summer after I do a few more projects. So I think that might come into the works, because I know you guys have asked me all the time, because I mention it quite often that I go to women's circles right now. I'm not leading them, my somatic therapist is, but just looking for things in your town that you can do. And on top of that, again, just prioritizing some of the friendships that you do have. Having girls' days, literally going out on the weekends, and instead of stressing about boys and the outfits that you're gonna wear to attract boys, like, how about you think about, okay, let's go explore the city, or let's go on some trails, let's talk about life, let's have a picnic, let's go and watch the sunset, let's have vision board parties, let's have sessions where we meet up during the week, and maybe if we have work, we can just work together. Like, little things like that make me so happy, and I'll definitely be showing more of that in my vlogs. I feel like I have already in my summer in the city vlogs or spring in the city, but I definitely will be prioritizing my friendships more, and it just is, it's just so fun. I really do love women. And the next thing is to dedicate having me time. So this can look like solo dates, romanticizing your morning routines, romanticizing certain little things that you do, your walks, your whatever. This can also fall in the category of just like having a slow weekend, like one weekend out of the month, let's say, where you are taking time to slow down. You don't have a jam-packed weekend. I like to do this on my periods. Like, I make sure to at least have like one solid 3 to 5 days where I'm kind of slowing things down. And this is gonna depend on your social battery and how social you are. Like, maybe you have a majority of your weekends are slow anyways, so then you don't really have to like prioritize this too much. But I think in the summertime, there's so many things to do, and you can even do things whether you have a lot of money or you don't. Like, you can find so many free things to do even with your friends, but still, like, making sure that you do have that slow weekend. And this doesn't mean you have to stay inside, right? It's like doing your hot girl walks, doing your nature walks, going out and painting, watching the sunset, going out for dinner, taking yourself to a coffee shop, doing these things on your own, and just really basking in this energy of me. I deserve this. This is for me. I love it. You're being in the present moment is so healing. And the next thing is, and this is like an absolute must, I honestly should have just put this on at the top of the list, but it's to have positive self-talk every single day. Literally every single day. Like, gone are the days where we are criticizing ourselves and judging ourselves and not telling ourselves how amazing we are, and rewarding ourselves and being kind to ourselves and loving to ourselves. And you know, if you don't have this internal dialogue of positive thinking, like you really struggle with that, it is going to be even more important that you do this every day. Because what people will do when they realize, oh, like I'm self-hating and I realize like I don't actually love myself that much, like I should change this, or like I want to like affirm more and like change my life. They'll do it for like a few days and then they'll fall off. And realistically, like, you are operating out of a belief system, out of low self-worth, out of these negative thoughts, all of the time. They're running on autopilot in your mind, not only all day, every day, but you've had years of doing this. So it is very ingrained neurally in your pathways in your brain. So it's going to take you committing every single day in the morning, having a little journal practice and telling yourself how amazing you are and how much you're doing well and whatever you need to tell yourself that makes you feel happy, until it becomes automatic. And what you will start to find after a few weeks, this is not to say to stop after a few weeks, and realistically, it feels so good to do this. I do this every day and it's like amazing. And if I do skip one day, I'm like, it just feels like weird. You don't have to be absolutely perfect with it, but you'll start to see over the weeks, and this is why you don't have to do it every single day over the weeks. Once you start reprogramming your mind, you're gonna start to naturally have better thoughts. You're going to start to witness yourself pointing out people's beauty or something cool about somebody's outfit instead of judging or whatever. And realistically, when you're doing that, you're really doing it to yourself. And the same thing goes with yourself. Like when you go out, you're gonna not be focusing and hyper obsessing like, oh, like, how does my clothes look on me right now, or my body or my makeup? And you're gonna be like, I'm feeling good. I know that I'm looking good. I'm in my favorite outfit. My hair's great. Like, I'm so happy about my life, whatever it is. Point where you don't even really need to try it. It'll just start to happen. And what will happen, which is like a transition period sometimes when you are trying to positively think better about yourself and the world and life in general, is you'll start to go out and you'll start to be aware of just how much maybe you're judging other people, or you're judging yourself, or you're negatively thinking. And then maybe you will go to the judgment or the negative thinking, but then because you've been doing this practice, you will be able to tell yourself a new story in that moment and be like, oh, we're not going there. Like, that's just an old version of me. Like, let me say something that's gonna combat that negative thought. And then you move on with your day. But what we usually do, first of all, we're not even aware just how much we're negative, but sometimes we'll go out in life and we will have these negative stories and we might witness it and we might just allow ourselves to spiral and we just stay there. But we need to be the ones to tell ourselves a new story. Like, we need to have this self-talk within our minds, because first of all, no one else is going to do it for us. But if we continue down that path, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to start to hyper focus on everything that's negative. You're going to be complaining. You're going to be in the victim mentality. You're going to be like, everyone else is doing this but me, da 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 da. Like, no, we're not doing that. You become the creator of your own reality. But again, it's you. You decide. Are you gonna be the creator, or are you gonna be the victim? Okay, another thing is to have boundaries. And I think what helps with having boundaries is knowing what you want in your life. Like, what do you want out of relationships? What do you want out of friendships? What do you want out of your career, your life? Who is the version of you that has what she wants? Think about 5-10 years down the line. Write it out, make your goals. What is the vision? Because when it comes to things in your life, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be wanting you to do things that they wanna do, or telling you things that they think are right, or telling you just whatever it is. And if you don't have a clear vision, it's gonna be very hard for you to say no, right? Because naturally, maybe especially if you're a people pleaser, or you're kind of a little bit lost, you're gonna be doing this thing and that thing. And it's not to say that, you always have to say no to everything, you have to be super strict on your goals, but realistically, it's going to help you, because in the moment when somebody says, hey, do you wanna go out this weekend? Well, if you have a very clear vision of where you wanna be, and you have things in plan and place, and you know your goals, you'll be way less likely to say yes to things that aren't really aligned to you. Because you'll know, okay, actually I can't go out this weekend because I know on Monday I have this one thing that's really important, so I need to make sure that I'm having sleep. I'm making sure that I have, whatever goals you're trying to hit throughout the weekend so that you can be prepared for that day. But again, if we don't plan, if we don't organize, if we don't have a clear vision of our life, then yeah, we're gonna probably say yes to things because it's like, well, I don't think I have something going on, and then you realize that you do. Or then when it comes time to it and you fall off and you think, oh, I don't know why I can't hit goals, or things aren't happening in my life. Well, you don't have a very set vision. You're not very focused. And when I have a set vision for myself, it's easier for me to set boundaries, because I just always remind myself when somebody asks me like, oh, do you want to do this fun thing? Even if it's a great thing, it's not saying that people ask to do like stupid things. I'll always be able to remind myself, because I have my vision in my head all of the time, like, I would love to do that thing, but I know that if I do this thing on this weekend, I'm not gonna have enough time to work on this thing, and I really am trying to be this person or this version of myself or X, Y, and Z. And realistically, like, you do only have one life, so you need to start doing things that you wanna do when it comes to obviously prioritizing your life and your goals, but in general, when it comes to just even having fun, start doing things that you want to. Do you know how many times I went out with my friends or my old party friends because I wanted to do something, but I didn't actually really want to do what they were all doing, but I was too afraid to say what I wanted to do. I was too socially awkward to go out and actually meet people who were doing the same things I do. But then I would be resentful. I wouldn't like my life. I'd be super unhappy because I just kept doing things that I didn't want to do. Also, just remember, because I know a lot of people struggle with FOMO, there will always be another party, there will always be another event, there will always be another opportunity to do something. So don't feel like you have to hop on every trip or every event or every like even a beach day, like every single thing, just because you think that it's never gonna happen again. It will, trust me. One thing that has helped me with dealing with FOMO is planning, because, you know, outside of having my goals and prioritizing certain things in my life, I get to look forward to certain trips or things that I have planned out. So when somebody does come up to me and they're like, oh my God, there's this a cool event, whatever, I'm less inclined to feel like I need to hop on and let my FOMO take over, because in my head I'm like, oh, but I have this amazing thing in 3 weeks that I'm working towards, that I'm waiting for, that I'm planning for, and it's gonna be amazing. So I'd rather just wait for that. It's gonna be super fun. But again, if we don't have these plans, then yeah, like FOMO's gonna come all the time. The moment you go on Instagram, the moment you go anywhere, you're gonna see everyone doing everything and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go out every single weekend. The next thing is to make sure you're taking care of your finances, ladies. When summer comes, what happens? Makeup, outfits, hair, nails. I always get my nails done in the summer. I don't usually keep up with them in the wintertime, but whatever. Okay, there's a lot of things that we can spend our money on, especially when it comes to actually going out, patios, friends, events, parties, concerts, whatever. I think no matter how much money you make, really, because I make way more money than I used to even last year, it still doesn't mean that I shouldn't be on some sort of budget and making sure that I'm being focused with my finances. So make sure that you are taking into account for things that you want to do this summer, making a budget, making a little goals list with some of the things maybe that you want to be paying off, just being very conscious of what you are doing and where you are spending your money, so that you don't at the end of summer be like, oh my God, I just blew all my money for like what, you know? Again, having plans in place will be very helpful. By the time this video goes out, I will have a mid-year reset video, which can help you kind of get your goals together, get your life together, so that you can end the next 6 months of this year on a good note and not feel like your life is a complete shambles and a mess and you just don't know where you're going. So definitely make sure to watch that video. And one thing that can be helpful is taking a day or two to look around your area, whether that be on TikTok, because I know TikTok has really good recommendations, or Google or Instagram, and find free places, find budget-friendly places, find things that you can do that fits your budget if you are like on when you don't want to spend a lot of money, or if you have goals in mind this summer where you just don't feel like dropping. Like, there really is, even going on Pinterest, like there's so many things that you could actually do that might take a little bit more effort, but you can do them when it comes to being budget friendly. So I definitely suggest doing that, and even like just romanticizing your life. Just going out in nature and listening to a free podcast on your phone. Like, that's something you can do, a weekly thing that you can do that's like you indulging in the summertime and you like living your life. Now in Toronto, there's so many free events going on. And maybe what you can do also is comment down below some of the things that you will be doing this summer that maybe is low cost or budget friendly, and share with others, because I know you guys are always asking, and I definitely will continue to show you what I do, but it's good to hear from other people, because obviously like I don't have the exact same interests as everyone. Also, another thing, outfits. Okay, start wearing things that honestly make you feel good. Like, it takes about 3 seconds for me to know when an outfit is not for me, but what I used to do is like try and force myself to wear it because it's trendy, or that's what everyone else is wearing, aka yes, it's trendy, or there's something about it that I like, but like I'm uncomfortable and I just like don't like the way that it looks on my body. Like when you start to feel those thoughts, those feelings, those whatever, girl, just wear the thing that makes you feel the best, okay? Because you're gonna radiate the most energy, you're gonna be the most happy, like you're gonna be in the moment. Gone are the days that we're wearing things that we don't enjoy wearing. Find a few pairs of staple jeans or shorts or skirts or dresses that you really like and interchange them with some shirts that you have. Like you don't need this huge wardrobe, especially if you don't have the money. But again, getting creative, spending your time thinking about the outfits that you have in your closet. And I think I bring up the outfit thing too though, is because it is important for us, I think as women, to feel good in our outfits. And I just think that you feel more hot when you are wearing an outfit that you feel hot in. Like it's just like a normal thing to feel. So wear the outfits that you like, not what everyone else is wearing. Also take pictures, take a lot of photos, because I always love looking back at my summers and seeing all of the fun things that I did, all the outfits that I was wearing, the vibe that I was on. And this doesn't even mean you need to post them anywhere, but I just think taking photos is such a cute thing. And honestly, bring back physical scrapbooking. Like, I kind of want to do that this summer. I used to be somebody who would scrapbook all the freaking time. And then obviously social media became a thing, and then I got onto Tumblr, and then I went on Pinterest. But I feel like doing a physical scrapbook would be really fun this summer. Sorry guys, my fire alarm went off, so I had to just do my hair and wait for it to stop. But let's get back to the list. We have a few more things. Hookups. Okay, I made a video on hookup culture last year that went pretty viral on my channel, and I suggest you go and watch that if you are a girly who's gonna be doing some hooking up this summer. Listen, to each their own, but this is what I will say. This is the advice that I will give you. Be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, know what you want, and treat your body with respect. Treat yourself with respect. I do believe a lot of the times women will fall into hookup culture, and what they really want is somebody to commit to them, to love them, to give them more than what they have, but they stay in these situationships because they're hoping that it'll change. They're too afraid to say what they want. They don't believe that they could actually have what they want. And if you are in that state, I would suggest, once again, go watch that video, but be honest with yourself. Why are you not going for exactly what you want? You want a relationship, you want a husband, what does your life look like? Go for that. Like, let's stop wasting our time with people who don't want that, and don't be afraid to say what you want. And I understand why a lot of people are afraid to say what they want or like go for what they want, because they don't believe that they are deserving. They don't believe that they can get that thing. They don't believe that they are worthy. But you need to start putting some work into yourself if you are in this place of low self-worth and you're feeling like you can't get what you want in your life, because that will become your reality. You will continue to get into these cycles with men who are not committing to you, men who are not giving what you want. And then unfortunately, sometimes you'll get into so many cycles where you just start to blame men. You start to blame the toxic men. Only toxic men are trash, this, that. No. What about you is continuing to allow this cycle to occur? It is not your fault that sometimes people don't treat you right and people are assholes and whatever the case is, but it is going to be up to you to take responsibility over your own life and of course your body. Please be healthy, take care of yourself, and be honest with what you want. Now, another thing that one of you guys had mentioned in the DMs was focusing on becoming 1% better every day and thinking about that as compound interest. And realistically, this just means start having some goals for yourself. Start thinking about how you can take small actionable steps every single day, and remind yourself, even though you're taking small little steps every day, it's not that you're just taking one step and then the other and the other. When you're taking one step and then you take another step, you're going up. You're compounding out of all of the work that you have done. And then you become more, you become better, you become more glowed up, become more healed. This doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, but things do become a lot easier. You get more things coming to you when you continuously, slowly go up those steps. Now, I have a podcast channel if you did not know, the Glow Up Secrets podcast. You can find it on YouTube. I also have it on Apple and Spotify if you just would rather listen. And I have started a series where it's all about glowing up into the best version of yourself. So we're gonna be talking about literally like mind, body, soul. It's going to be a very long series, basically all summer. And I'm gonna be breaking down all the ways in which that you can glow up into the best version of yourself. So if you need more content when it comes to really getting yourself where you need to be, make sure to subscribe to that channel. And I also have a podcast Instagram, the Glow Up Secrets podcast. And it's basically just like my vibes from Pinterest put onto Instagram, keeping you guys motivated, keeping you guys updated. I also do all the Q&As for the podcast on that Instagram, so make sure that you check that out. Of course, you can keep up with me, Alicia Gogan, on Instagram. I'm always showing you what I'm eating, what I'm wearing, what I'm doing in the city. Lots of summer in the city content coming, lots of hot girl content coming. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see from me next when it comes to summer content. If you want to see me in action doing certain things, let me know the vibes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this list. Of course, let us know any other rules that you think that I should have said that we need to remind ourselves about. We can totally revamp this list at the end of the year, maybe going into the new year. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. And again, thank you so much for treehut for sponsoring today's video. You can find the Ocean Glow collection at Ulta if you're in the US, and also Amazon if you're in Canada. The links will be down below. See you later.